How's it going, YouTube? This is Badass Review here, and I'm back with another review. This time I'm looking at the Marvel Legends Iron Man Series Mark 42 armor. This is a pretty awesome figure. I was really thinking that this was like this and the Iron Patriot figure were going to be like the duds of the wave, but honestly I think this is awesome. It's probably one of the coolest figures of the wave. I mean, probably I like the whole series in general, but this one's pretty cool. I mean, there are some things about it that could be a little bit better, but I honestly think this is really awesome, and it's definitely not a crappy figure. So if anybody thought that maybe passing up on this guy because he looks like crap or he's not very cool, you should definitely just look into it. I mean, other than getting the Ironmonger piece, which he comes with the right arm here. He actually is loaded with a lot of articulation and some pretty decent paint. I think mine just kind of had defects with it, so I'm not gonna be too picky on paint. But yeah, I think it's really cool, and honestly, it has to be one of my favorite Iron Man figures. One of the favorite. I wouldn't say like top 5, but just figure wise, really awesome. So let's go over his body and all that. So his head is pretty cool looking. I don't know if it's exactly how it looks like in the movie, but he's got some sculpted in lines here. He's got some sculpted in indentions here, which is really nice. It's pretty well painted. The eyes, I wish they were a little bit brighter. They're kind of a dark blue with a black outline around them, which is pretty... well, it doesn't look bad, but, you know, I just wish it was kind of like a lighter blue, kind of like how it is on his arc reactor, which is also painted nicely. And sculpting all over is just really nice. So, sorry, my phone went off. It's just overall really nice, and I really, really like this sculpt. I mean, if you look on the back, he's got all this nice little sculpting here for his back armor, which is really cool. And I like the paint on it too. It's like that really sparkly kind of paint that they've been doing, so that looks cool. The gold's not too bad. I mean, like I said, there's some problems with mine. It just got some like looks like the paint didn't fill out all the way there. It's just got like little holes and stuff. But other than that, paint's not too bad. It looks pretty accurate to the movie. The red is a pretty dark red, a little bit like blood, but you know, that's about it for his color scheme. And then he's got some like gray put in some certain spots, as you can see. So really nice. I really can't think of anything else to say about the paint because it's not bad, but it's just got like some problems with mine, so nothing big there. What else? Let me see. I really don't think there's anything else to say other than that. I mean, it looks good and it's an awesome figure. They also put in some extra detail here. I mean, they painted his fingers gold like it is in the movie on his hand. They got this hand plate here painted gold, so pretty nice. They forgot to like put the paint the arc reactor, so that kind of sucks, but on this hand, it's sculpted shut, but you can still see where the arc reactor should be, so at least they did that right and didn't just kind of put in a hand without the arc reactor, because that would look weird. But yeah, and these shoulder pads are like a little soft plastic, so when you move his arm up, they don't get in the way. But if you have his arm up for a while, they do kind of stay in place, so you got to watch out for that. But not a big problem for me. So let's go on to articulation. His head is on a ball joint here, which is pretty cool because if you wanted to, you could take your bleeding edge Iron Man. If you have, well, not necessarily your bleeding edge, but if you have the Tony Stark head from the 2-pack, you could pop it on there, and then you got Tony Stark with his mask, or with his mask off, or his helmet, I should say, and then you got a Tony Stark like getting ready for battle or something. So I think that's really cool. Whoa, his head just went flying everywhere. So anyways, sorry for that. ball joint and a swivel here, so it looks up really good for flying poses. He gets in some pretty good flying poses. He looks down really good, he rotates 360 degrees. His arms are on ball peg swivels, so they go in and out, obviously. Rotate 360 degrees, but the shoulder pads kind of get in the way, but you can do it. Rotates at the bicep, double jointed elbows. He's got a rotation in the wrist as well as a swivel, so it can pivot in and out, which is really nice. Like I said before, fist, open palm. The only thing about his hand is that this plate right here, it overlaps onto his arm, so you can't exactly get him into a Iron Man pose, well, the repulsor blast pose. I mean, I guess you could, but you're kind of bending this, and it's soft plastic, but I mean, it's probably just glued on, I'm assuming, so doing that at your own risk, you're gonna probably bend that, but yeah, you're probably gonna end up warping it. So I mean, you can do it, but it's if you don't care if that eventually might pop off. So here comes to the part where it kind of sucks, but it only makes sense for the sculpt. They put in a diaphragm joint, which I don't have a problem with, because actually it gets some good range of motion, so it's good for flying poses, and it's good for when he's kind of like hunched over or something. It goes left to right, which is nice, and it rotates a little bit this and that way. It just wouldn't have made sense to have like a waist, whatever you call this, I can't think of a waist, ab crunch, that's what it is. Waist swivel, doesn't make any sense. Ab crunch wouldn't have made sense for the sculpting. It probably would have made it look crappy, so this is actually really nice because it actually does something. This is what I really like too, is he has T-jointed legs, so you don't have to spin and rotate or anything. You can just go forward and back, in and out, rotate at the upper part of the thigh here, double jointing at the knee. He's got a foot pivot, and he has the ankle rocker thing. So really nice. And another thing, they didn't paint the bottom of his feet, but they never do, so that's not anything out of the ordinary for Hasbro. But yeah, I really enjoy this figure. Like, I literally just got him out of the package, and I already like him a lot. He's really cool, full of articulation, full of fun for kids and adult collectors to put in their collection. And if you want to do like the Hall of Armor, then you can do that too. But I would definitely pick this figure up. Definitely probably one of the best figures out of this wave. Well, out of the second part of the wave. I would have to say Ultron's next, but Ultron is pretty cool, but this one, in terms of articulation and coolness, I think this is probably the best. So definitely pick him up. And like I said before, if I can just scoot this out of the way, he comes with the right arm of Ironmonger, so you can take that, and we're gonna put him on right now. So lock that in there, and I am almost complete. Once I do my last two reviews, I'll have Ironmonger finished, and then that'll be awesome. Then you guys can see that review. So anyways, if you guys enjoy this video, please like it, comment, rate, and subscribe, and be watching out for my other two videos on the wave, and then the third, I guess, for the bath. But anyways, I'll talk to you guys later.